What's up, Movementers? We're here to talk about the Salvation Christmas Volume 6 album. Next track I'm going to be discussing is Wakanda Forever. This track came about in 2020. We lost Mr. Bozeman, and it was also a year where I saw the Lord was showing me how black people are going to start thinking and moving different. And it began with We Refuse, the George Floyd incident. So I was seeing how black people are starting to pull away from this mentality of looking towards somebody else to get anything done, or being like part of a system that no longer wants us, right? So the process for Wakanda Forever began with We Refuse, where we talked about we're no longer going to put up with this crap of trying to fit into a society that doesn't want to acknowledge our being, doesn't want to give us the tools necessary for us to be successful for our children and our children's children. So Wakanda Forever was the flip side of us saying, okay, now that we have refused to be the bottom rung in your society, we're going to show you how we're going to be the top rung in our society, which is that Wakanda Forever, that Black Panther movement, which I think it should have won Best Film of the Year because it affected a lot of African Americans' mind states, but they don't want to reward that, right? I mean, that movie right there was very motivational, and it inspired a lot of black people to go out and get their own and to help their own communities. It didn't win Film of the Year because it's not a black industry. You know what I mean? So as far as the beat, I had made the beat in 2020, but the crash made me lose a lot of it. But I still had a mix of it, so I knew what it sounded like, and so I went back and I recreated, and I was actually recreated sound for sound, instrument for instrument. You know what I mean? So I was able to bring back the original. So I wrote the hook to it. We had recorded the hook in 2020, but our booth wasn't really tuned right, so it didn't sound as good as I know it could be. So we came back and redropped it when we had the paneling in place and the moving blankets blocking the doors, and we had this new this tone beast has been a godsend because it changes and it improves the quality of our booth, right? So we dropped the hook. Of course, like Crystal Clear probably told you, I already dropped my verses, you know what I mean? Because I'm always out the door with it. And then when he came in, he wrote his verse and he dropped it. Then we waited for Stiggs to drop his, and that's how Wakanda Forever came about being as a 2020 look into the future of how now we need to start taking responsibilities to raise up our own children to be kings and queens instead of just an employee or a number in somebody's system. And that's Wakanda Forever.
So Wakanda Forever, yeah, my brother had this idea for this song, Wakanda Forever, and he actually made it back in 2020. And he had a beat for it. He told me and my boy, shout out to Big Stiggs, he was like, yo, we're gonna write to this song Wakanda Forever. So he had the concept and everything. And I was like, cool, we're gonna do this, all right? So we dropped the hook on it, which is I believe the hook that you had even this day, right? So we dropped the hook on it. Everything was like, all right, now we get to write our verses and we're gonna drop it in 2020. But then we had the great crash of 2020, where we lost a lot of valuable stuff, like Streets, like Parson Gets Real. He had futuristic movements, murderous thoughts, and Wakanda Forever actually got lost in the big crash of 2020. That's what I call it. So that project actually got pushed back. So we didn't know when it was coming out or whatever. So so then all of a sudden, when we was working on the Christmas album Volume 6, my brother I believe he managed to recreate it or salvage some of the material for that beat. Oh, door closed. So my brother had to recreate the beat, and I believe he was able to salvage part of it and he was able to create his own new beat of it. So he decided to bring it back towards the Christmas album instead. So he wrote to, he did the beat, and he did his verse of Wakanda Forever. Now, my brother already wrote his stuff. He's like, yo, I'm ready to go. Let's go. You guys are taking too long, you know what I mean? We got like 25-minute shows to do that, man, you know what I mean? We got to do the shows, you know what I mean? So he was like, let's go. So I was like, okay, I'll be over there. And like, on the day of when I wrote my song, I came over. And we were supposed to have other people that were supposed to show up, but nobody showed up but me and him. So, of course, my verse on Wakanda Forever, I didn't know how to address it. So, when I came at the house, I said, okay, he's playing the beat, I gotta get this song written. I'm not leaving here until I get the song written. So, out of curiosity, I went into the booth and I saw what he wrote. And for some reason, that just opened up my eyes right there. So I was like, okay, now I know how to do it. So, Wakanda Forever, it was kind of like a cocky kind of song, because we some kings, So when I thought about writing it, I wrote about it based on how we're being persecuted, not only by the skin of our color, but by what we believe in. So that's why I put a lot of Bible references in it, like, like those 3 men that didn't get burned, why it didn't fall, that's not your concern. So I was kind of being cocky, letting you know that even though we're kings, we submit ourselves to the Lord. And because through him, he gave us the strength to battle any adversity. So in a sense, because I knew that God was with me, I kind of talked kind of a little cocky. You better check your ping, because your shots is way off, So, and I wrote that pretty fast, wrote that probably about maybe 20, 25 minutes, and then we recorded, and then boom, it was good to go. And all we had to do is wait for Stiggy to drop his, and then it was golden from there. And he kind of knew, my brother had a direction on it the whole time, for how he wanted the song to go. So after we dropped the verses, we just gave it to him, and we got the finished product within not too long after that. So, and that's it.
What up, Movementers? What's going on? So we're doing behind the scenes tracks from Salvation Christmas Volume 6 Christmas album. And first song, well, actually, this is the collab. Me and my brothers, Azriel, Crystal Clear. So we're gonna start with Wakanda Forever. Concept big bro Azriel came up with, and pretty much Wakanda Forever, as you know, the movie Black Panther, but the point of the song is pretty much to represent black excellence, black excellence. So great track. I heard the track immediately, and the whole vibe was just there. Like, I don't know, it was motivating. It just made you want to pretty much conquer anything. And I think that's pretty much the vibe that Azriel wanted when he chose the track, especially for this album. Obviously, positivity, get people through their storms is the message or the agenda that we like to have in regards to the music that we put out. So, like I said, as soon as I heard the track, I just got motivated. I started thinking of things that I was going through at the time, and just wanted to see myself as maybe a king. I always like to carry myself that way. So a song like Wakanda Forever, like I said, black excellence, you gotta feel you at the top tier, And that's how I went into the verse. Pretty much, like I said, it just had you going. So when I started writing my verse, I just wanted to come with the energy of a leader ready to tackle any issues, any trials, tests that I may be going through, like a soldier. And so that's where I was going with the verse and approaching the beat in the song. I love the outcome of the track. Of course, it was mastered and put together so well. And all 3 of our verses it was, I don't know, it was like the chemistry was just there. You know, we all had the same mindset going into it, and the energy of each verse, even though three individuals, it still blended well in regards to what we were trying to get across with the song. So, Wakanda Forever, I'm sure you're gonna love it, as well as the other tracks on this album. Like this whole Christmas album, it's not, I guess you could say, a traditional type of Christmas album. Like it's just like the label, like we kind of give things with a twist. So the whole message of Christmas or Christmas feeling is still all supposed to be about positivity, love, you know, and the songs is in the songs that we put out, but it's just not the little jingle bells type of thing, and that's what I love about it, just all together, the whole project. So there it is, the outlook on Wakanda Forever.
We're some kings, marching forward steadily, overcoming obstacles, always we be ready. We're some kings, moving like a titan, striking hard like we're lightning, and we're always dropping heavy. We're some kings, and there ain't no stopping us now. Yeah, we're some kings, this is our time, march on the heroes when we all scream Wakanda Forever.
It's time that we do better, let us sever the curse. Our pace is the number of us that we will place in the hearse. Together we'll rush the change of the tone and key, amplify your greatness within our mentality. Blacksmith society, take it responsibly. The task of raising these black princes and kings. No more villains and thieves, gangsters and thugs. No more bending our knees and puddles of blood. We'll be warriors for wisdom and love. Opposition only be wanting us, locked in their slums. They love just seeing us broken their clubs. Higher on the streets, so selling our people their drugs. Slutting out our black women instead of us being the catalyst for black queens, the halls of freedom. They don't want us reaching our potential and see us, but we keep climbing higher as daily we're screaming.
We're some kings, marching forward steadily, overcoming obstacles, always we be ready. We're some kings, moving like a titan, striking hard like we're lightning, and we're always dropping heavy. We're some kings, and there ain't no stopping us now. Yeah, we're some kings, this is our time, march on the heroes when we all scream Wakanda Forever.
An immovable object against the force of unstoppable combustion, show no remorse. When it's time for me to burn in the fire, you made me be hoping for my death, but I will not inspire. Just like the street band, I would never be burned. While I never fall down, that is not your concern. Just learn what you witness is a king. You took what you call my downfall and have made it be a sling. Then slaying all Goliaths, chopped at the throat. I try to give my people a final chance at hope. Put me in the scope again, then try to pull the trigger. Try to stop the movement, eh? Go figure, I bounce like Tigger. Laughing loud as I sing, your shots away off, you better check your ping. My destiny's calling, gotta take the call. But I walk tall, pretend you wasn't there at all. Cause
we're some kings, marching forward steadily, overcoming obstacles, always we be ready. We're some kings, moving like a titan, striking hard like we're lightning, and we're always dropping heavy. We're some kings, and there ain't no stopping us now. Yeah, we're some kings, this is our time, march on the heroes when we all scream Wakanda Forever.
Born leader, no obstacle is deterring me. Clear to see King Sticky, there'll never be any fear in me. Running like a renegade through defenses, I penetrate infrastructure and rupture your structure, I will obliterate. Standing strong, we represent black excellence. Humbly overlooking they sayers, showing precedence. Governing with the strong fist while still exuding elegance. While people showing off it, I love it, let's make it evident. I fallen but still tall, in battle stood strong. Be defeated with God on our side, it's so wrong. Quitting is not an option, from my feet up to my cranium. Hard as jihad, released it on tracks like vibranium. Never deny the man in him, my presence will live on. Create the legacy that your family can all depend on. Stay true to your morals and keep your loved ones close, man. And lastly, sleep in paradise, Mr. Boastman. Peace.
We're some kings, marching forward steadily, overcoming obstacles, always we be ready. We're some kings, moving like a titan, striking hard like we're lightning, and we're always dropping heavy. We're some kings, and there ain't no stopping us now. Yeah, we're some kings, this is our time.
time, march out the heroes when we all scream. Wakanda forever.
We will work to be an example of how we as brothers and sisters on this earth should treat each other. Now more than ever, the illusions of division threaten our very existence. We all know the truth. More connects us than separates us.